me today. If you're new here, my name is Bridget and I'm so glad to have you. I am here today in my side garden, and guys, I have kind of neglected it this spring. It is a mess. I haven't even raked my leaves out yet. So I'm going to get my blower out and kind of try to see if I can blow some of these leaves out because my plants have already started growing good. So I don't want to get my rake out and mess those up. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to do just a little rearranging out here. Some of the things I have out here. I've got a couple of things to add in. I went and bought some new flowers, some flowers that I'm going to be putting in um, this little planter that I have hanging on this fence. So I've just got a few little things I'm going to do out here today. I thank you all that watched my porch video, and I got so many sweet and kind comments on that. I thank you all so much. I wanted you to know I may not always respond, but I read every single one of them, and I thank you so much. And for those of you that are enjoying these videos, if you haven't subscribed yet, I sure wish you click that subscribe button and like and share. That really helps my channel. And guys, boy, I have picked a windy day out here to do this. Let me tell you, seems like I always do. Every time I make it out here to my garden to work out here, it is so windy. But I guess that's good because it's going to be almost 90 today, and we've got storms coming in tonight. But that will, at least this wind will keep me from getting too hot out here today. So let's just get busy. Well, guys, I'm kind of rearranging as a rake. I see something and I think I want to put this there, so I'm going to try this. And maybe we'll plant something in this little watering can right here. We'll see. So the reason I'm moving this furniture, this twig furniture, over here into my garden is I used to have it sitting around out there that we could actually sit in. Well, now it's just about worn down to be afraid to even sit in it. And I think it looks pretty in here, just kind of mixed throughout my garden. So I've got the little settee kind of thing, and I think I'm gonna pull up this little fence right here and maybe kind of make that the corner with my settee. So I'm going to work on that now. We'll see how that looks. I'm trying to make sure that there's no poison ivy over here because I'm so allergic to poison ivy. So I've got some kind of really big vine growing here, but it's not anything I planted, so I'm going to have to get rid of that. But I'm trying to see how hard it's going to be to get this gate down. Need to go get me some tools. Well, got me some gloves. I'm probably going to need those. Y'all can see this thing has had it. But I don't want to, oh, there it broke. All right, let's try this chair. I think I'm going to try to turn this wheelbarrow around. It's full of dirt, so it's a little heavy. But I'm going to, instead of having it in my garden like I did last year, I think I'm going to kind of put it over here to the edge. So let me see if I can move this heavy thing. Oh, she's heavy. At least I don't have to go far. All right, now I'm going to work on this wheelbarrow. I've got this white geranium that I'm going to put in here. And this white geranium it's kind of gotten what I call leggy. So you can tell it's just really long and leggy. So I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different plants in there. So I may try to, I don't know if I ought to separate these plants. We'll try this first and see how this does. I've got this little bee skep that Susan Jenkins from the old so-and-so, she found it for me at Antiques on 231 one day, and she called and told me about it. And it was $5. So I said, oh my goodness, Susan, put that back. I'm going to come get it. So I think I'm going to try to just set it right here at the edge if I can find a spot where it sets level. I bought this the other day at Tennessee Flea. It's a little, I know I've told you guys about it before. It's a little flea market we have here in White House, Tennessee. And I got this. I didn't give much for it. And I'm going to try to find a place in here to put this. Let's see here. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now is plant something in these 3 planters here. And before I do that, I'm going to try to refresh this dirt just a little bit. You can tell it's really getting cloudy, so I'm trying to, we've got storms coming tonight, so I'm going to try to get this stuff planted before the rain gets in. I've bought some white verbena and some little purple super bells, little petunias, and some white begonias. I've had the petunias and the begonias out here before. I haven't had this out here, but I thought that'll kind of trail down and that'll look pretty out here. So let's see, I think I'm going to start with these, put these verbenias in here. Loosen up these roots just a little bit. And I bought 3 of these purple petunias. I'm going to put one of these begonias in here. I've got 8 of those, it looks like. Now I just need to water those in real good. So now what I'm going to do, I've got this little watering can in the chair, and I'm going to put a little plant in it. And this one is called, I'm not sure how you say it, it's Lobelia, Lobelia, I guess. And it works in part shade, so I think this will do okay out here. So I'm going to freshen up my dirt in this watering can. one's very root bare. So let's loosen up those roots. Alrighty. Now that's got those two knockout roses. All right, now I'm down to two plants. I've got two of these caladiums. Now my grandmother, my big nanny, she always loved these. This was a lot of times her favorite. She always had these in the pinks and the reds and the greens. So I thought I would kind of stick with the green out here. So I got two of them to plant, and that's, I believe that's the last thing I've got to plant. So let's see here. Boy, that thing is ready to come out of there. Look at all those roots. Let's loosen them up. We had some bad storms here last night. I'm not going to complain because so many people had it so much worse. But I tell y'all, we had so much wind here last night. And before I could even start, this is my second day working out here. Before I could even start working, I had so many sticks, a lot of cleanup to do. And that wind came through my deck last night. Oh my goodness, it just wiped it out, y'all. I had to, plants were blown over, dirt on the floor. And again, I had a little nest of baby birds back there that has built in one of my white geraniums. And that geranium went flying to the floor last night. So, but luckily, the little bird nest was still intact and the babies were still in it. Well, today, it's been windy here all day. So today, I don't know, a couple hours ago, I heard the awfulest crash. I went out there, and I had even set it in a different place, a little same spot, tried to secure it a little better, and that wind blew that geranium off again. This time it went upside down, and the nest stayed, but the four little babies came out. Y'all, I have baby bird trouble every year. So I went out there, and them little babies were fluttering around in that dirt. They're still so tiny. And I managed to get all four of them and put them all back in the nest. And so I went back out there to check on them a little while later, and one of them had gotten out of the nest, and I don't know how because they're so tiny. I don't even know how. Got out of the nest, and it was face down in the dirt in that geranium. So I got him back in the nest. So last I checked, they were all four sleeping in that nest. So whew, let's hope they make it okay. Last year it was on my front porch. I went through this, and this year it's on my back deck. But bless your little hearts. They worked so hard to build those nests, and those little mamas worked so hard to feed them and take care of them, and then that wind comes through and just wipes out just about everything that they did. But hopefully they'll be okay. All right, got one more of these to plant. Let me find where I'm going to put it. All right, I'm going to get this last one planted, and I think I'm going to plant it about right here. Get my gloves back on. Oh, this one's all root bare too. All right, I think that's it. Okay, y'all, my plan now is to get this bird bath base out of this garden and put it up there in my side garden because I've got a little plan of what I want to put on top of it. So now it's just getting it out of here. Got to move a little bit of stuff and hope I don't see any lizards or snakes or anything down in here. There's a lot of violets growing in here and they've kind of grown up. I need to pay attention to this little garden. I just haven't got to it yet. But I'm going to try to get this out of here. It's not that heavy. I just wonder what's underneath it. Maybe I can roll it out of here. Whew, that's heavy. Now, get it set up on this two-wheeler. Oh, and it looks like my son drove up just in time to give me a little help. You're just in time to be on my video and set this thing on this two-wheeler for me. I got it out of here. I just need to get it up on this little two-wheeler and up to my garden. You rolled up just in time, didn't you, buddy?
Just in time.
Up to my little side garden.
Are you about to do this by yourself?
Yes. It's amazing what you can do when you want to get something done.
When nobody's watching.
When nobody's watching. Right up here. I'm going to trade out one. Let me show you. All right, here's my plan. I bought this thing the other day, and I got just the perfect bird bath base to use it on, and I don't really like this one. So I'm going to trade out that one. That one's pretty heavy, though. That stuff is so heavy. Crocs and socks. Now, you know what, buddy? I don't even think I'm going to set it right there. I think I'm going to set it right here.
Where at?
Right here. Right there. If I can get me a little, yeah, right there. That's good. Now, I can set this on top of it, hopefully. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. I like that. Don't that look good?
Oh, yeah.
So what I think I'm going to do in this chair, I had just a watering can sitting in here, and I feel like it just needs something. Just a little flowers or something. So I'm going to move this watering can. And I had an extra white geranium that I've set in a galvanized bucket. Let me see here. I think that looks pretty sitting there. Kind of fills this in over here. Even though it's white flowers, it's a little bit of flowers. I think that looks pretty. Well, guys, I think I'm going to change something else. You know how you have a plan and then you look at it, and the more you look at it, sometimes you just don't really like it. Well, that's what's kind of happening. So I think what I'm going to do is this watering can that I planted that pretty blue plant inside, I think I'm going to hang it on this hook that I had back here. Okay, because nobody's going to be sitting in there. This chair is just for looks. And then this morning I went back to S&W greenhouse and bought a fern because I thought I could try to put a couple of ferns out here. Since in the shade you don't really have that many things that grow really good, or I don't, the way this ground slopes, things don't grow that good. So I'm kind of trying to add some things to give it the look of some greenery. And so I think I'm just going to let this little fern sit right here in this chair. I'm going to cut these wires off of it, and it should do good right here in the shade. Let's see how we like that. I think I need to turn this fern just a tad. Now, yeah, I think I like that better. I like that. All right, guys, I decided with this white geranium here, I moved my wheelbarrow in front of all these watering cans, and I decided that I was going to put a hydrangea in the back of this. And where I got that idea, my daughter, Kayla, she planted the most beautiful planters, and she used hydrangeas that were blue when they bloomed for her. Um, let's see, she had creeping Jenny and sweet potato vine, and she even had some Kimberly Queen ferns in her ferns, and hers were big, huge planters. So I plan on taking you down there and showing you her gardens, and it is so beautiful. She and her husband Alex have done the best job. It's so pretty. But anyway, so I got this idea from her. I got this hydrangea, and I'm going to put it in the back of this planter. And then the thing about that, they say that they're actually good to live in pots. So we'll see. Got a few little sweet potato vines that I'm going to add in that'll trail down, and I think it'll be really pretty. I know hers looked so pretty. And when her hydrangeas bloomed, they were like a light purple, and they were so pretty. Now then, I think that looks pretty. I like the different greens in here. I think that looks pretty. I think I'm going to put this over here. Kind of need something right there. It's a good flat surface to set this thing on. I'm trying to dig it in the ground. All right, now my next project. I had told you guys I found some black iron chairs that we had. I forgot that I had them, and they were under a shed that we have, and so they're black. And I brought them up here, and the black just didn't look good over there in my garden because I'm used to having that kind of neutral color of the twig furniture. So I think I'm going to paint these green, and the green that I have picked is by Krylon, and it's a matte paint because I don't want anything shiny. It's matte. It's called Matte Spanish Moss. So I'm going to give these things a quick coat. I think it'll look better this green than the black. right, now all I'm going to do is give these some time to dry, put them in place, and I think I'll be finished. Well, guys, I think I've about had it for today. I think I'm just about finished. I'm going to come through here and do a little bit of raking, blow this off a little bit where I've kind of made a mess planting things, and then I'm going to do a little quick video to show you what it all looks like, all put together and finished. And we're good to go for another season. And I'll be right back at it again next year. I know I will. Changing something. That's what we always do. We keep changing things. But I thank you guys so much for joining me today. And I will see you in the next one.